In Mongolia, it's a tradition for hosts to have their daughters keep guests warm throughout the night, a practice rooted in hospitality customs and sometimes influenced by the presence of foreign men. Now, let's explore 17 of the most unusual aspects of life in Mongolia. In Mongolia, the more beautiful and intelligent women are, the more challenging it can be for them to find a partner. Mongolian women are increasingly excelling in education, often outpacing their male counterparts. However, this has created a social imbalance, as their higher social status makes it difficult for them to find a suitable match. Over recent years, many families have invested heavily in their daughters' education, sending them to top-tier schools and universities in large cities, believing that this will empower their daughters to support themselves in the future. Some even think that women should acquire additional skills, since traditionally, livestock farming, which is a significant part of Mongolian life, is a male-dominated field. This shift has led to a paradox. Women are more educated and live longer than men, yet their superior status in society creates a dilemma when it comes to relationships. Mongolian women, especially those in urban areas, often find it incredibly difficult to meet a partner who matches their education and social standing. According to the Mongolian Statistics Office, marriage rates in Ulaanbaatar, the capital, have dropped significantly. Women in the city often express frustration at the lack of eligible partners. Their concerns are not without merit. Ulaanbaatar, home to more than half of the country's population, has over 60,000 more women than men. This gender imbalance extends to universities and workplaces, giving Mongolian men a broader range of potential partners. As a result, over 40% of men over the age of 15 are married, while only 32% of women are. In Mongolia, women face the dual pressure of securing a stable job and getting married before turning 29. After this age, the pressure shifts, and many women must change their expectations. Since the 1990s, when Mongolia transitioned from a planned economy to a market-driven one, thousands of men lost their jobs, exacerbating the situation. Furthermore, NGOs and humanitarian organizations often focus on women's health, leaving many men to face issues like unemployment and alcoholism alone. What do you think about this? Leave your thoughts below. In Mongolian culture, it's customary for hosts to have their daughters keep guests warm throughout the night. Mongolians are known for their deep sense of hospitality, and the act of welcoming guests is an essential part of their traditions. When guests arrive, the host greets them with warmth and invites them inside. The guest is then encouraged to gently touch the host's forehead as a sign of respect. The guest is seated in the most honored place in the home, usually on the northern side of the yurt. Milk tea, a traditional Mongolian beverage, is an important part of this welcoming ritual. The host prepares the tea personally and offers it with their right hand. The guest should receive it with both hands, take a small sip, and then set it down to show appreciation. Meals offered to guests often include traditional dishes like roasted mutton, dumplings, fermented mare's milk, and dried cheese. It is customary for guests to finish all the food on their plate to show respect. Throughout the visit, guests should remain polite and avoid discussing sensitive topics such as politics, religion, or money. It's also a sign of goodwill to learn about Mongolian culture and lifestyle, which demonstrates genuine interest in the host's way of life. In the nomadic tradition, when hosting honored elderly guests, the host may present the head of a sheep or goat, as this is considered the most prestigious part. For younger male guests, it's customary for the host to offer their daughter to keep them warm throughout the night. However, one of the challenges of this practice is whether the guests can tolerate the strong body odor common among nomads, which results from their diet of mutton, yogurt, and infrequent bathing. Mongolia faces a significant gender imbalance, with women outnumbering men at a ratio of 105 women for every 100 men, according to recent statistics. This disparity has created numerous social challenges, including a shortage of men in their reproductive years, which has contributed to a decline in the country's birth rate. The shortage of men places a heavy burden on Mongolian women, who are often expected to take on multiple responsibilities both in the home and in society. This pressure leads to increased economic and emotional strain, and in some cases, contributes to higher rates of domestic violence as women cope with these stresses. In an attempt to address the surplus of women, the Mongolian government has proposed a controversial solution, importing 20,000 men from Turkey. Reports suggest that, as of now, the gender imbalance is so pronounced that one man can have as many as 6 women. The Mongolian government is working on a range of strategies to resolve this issue, but experts warn that it will require significant time and the collective effort of the entire society to create lasting change. Mongolia, known for its expansive steppes and breathtaking blue skies, is grappling with a grim reality. It has the highest rate of abuse against women in the world. A 2022 study by the United Nations Population Fund revealed that 1 in 3 Mongolian women has experienced abuse during her lifetime. Moreover, only 46% of teenage girls in Mongolia feel safe walking alone in their neighborhoods after dark. The rising incomes in urban areas have led to more women frequenting city bars, but this trend has also heightened their vulnerability. Many women find themselves walking home late at night, unable to secure public transportation, leaving them exposed to potential harm. Deep-rooted gender biases in Mongolian society, which often prioritize men over women, contribute significantly to this vulnerability. Alcohol abuse is another major factor fueling domestic violence and abuse in the country. When intoxicated, many men lose control, resulting in violent behavior toward women. Moreover, Mongolia's legal system faces significant flaws, with law enforcement often failing to address cases of abuse, leaving perpetrators unpunished. As a result, women in Mongolia are at risk of physical violence for reasons such as being perceived as disobedient, neglecting household duties, or failing to meet their husband's expectations. The abuse has devastating effects, causing not only physical injuries but also long-lasting psychological harm, including trauma, anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. Mongolia, renowned for its nomadic culture, has developed cooking techniques that are practical and require minimal tools. Among these, the most infamous is the method of cooking with hot stones. The pinnacle of this unique practice is budog, a roasted goat dish that often sends chills down the spine of those who hear about it. Despite its name, budog does not involve dog meat but is made from goat. The entire process, from slaughtering the animal to serving the dish, takes about 5 hours. The cooking itself lasts over 2 hours, while the rest of the time is spent on preparation and processing. The cooking process is not for the faint of heart. It begins with the butchering of the goat, and every step must be carried out with precision by an experienced cook. The goat's skin is stuffed with a mixture of salt, chili powder, pepper, onions, potatoes, liver, kidneys, slices of goat meat, and preheated stones. The stones must be smooth, round, and thoroughly heated. Smaller stones are placed in the limbs, while larger stones fill the abdominal cavity. These layers of hot stones alternate with the meat and vegetables, and the bag is quickly packed to prevent the stones from cooling, which would affect the cooking process. Once filled, the neck of the goat is tightly sealed with metal wire, and the stones cook the goat from the inside out. The exterior of the goat is then singed with fire to remove the hair, and the skin is tightly sealed. Cooking with hot stones functions like a pressure cooker, making the meat incredibly tender and juicy. To avoid the budog exploding from the heat, small holes are poked in the skin. The meat is ready when hot fat starts to drip from these holes, which can be used as a flavorful condiment. Once the belly is cut open, the juices are collected separately, and the meat is served. Except for the stones, everything in the dish is edible. Budog is particularly enjoyed in the winter, as its rich, hearty nature helps Mongolians endure the extreme cold. Would you dare to try this dish? Share your thoughts below. In the time of Genghis Khan, most Mongolians did not bathe or wash their clothes. They believed that water could disrupt the Earth's energy lines, referred to as the dragon veins. Bathing or washing clothes was seen as a pollution of the water, which could anger the gods and result in divine punishment. This belief led to a general disregard for cleanliness, and Mongolians of that time often had a strong odor due to their lack of bathing. During certain periods, bathing was restricted entirely, and Mongolians were forbidden from washing in rivers. Mongolian warriors typically did not change their clothes. Instead, they would occasionally shake them vigorously to remove lice and bugs, wearing them until they were worn out and no longer held their shape. The only exceptions were during festivals or holidays, when Mongolians would don special robes. In ancient Mongolia, body odor was considered a unique and personal trait. While today such odors may be off-putting, they were respected in Mongolian culture. If Genghis Khan gave someone his old, worn clothes with the distinct scent of the ruler, it was seen as a great honor. The recipient would cherish the clothing for life, as owning something imbued with the king's personal scent was considered a rare privilege. Mongolia boasts an impressive number of animals, far exceeding its human population. As of recent statistics, Mongolia's population is approximately 3.3 million people. However, the number of animals vastly surpasses this figure. The country is home to around 43 million horses, which is 13 times the number of its human inhabitants. The number of sheep is even more staggering, with approximately 115 million sheep, 35 times the human population. In addition to horses and sheep, Mongolia is populated with a variety of other animals, including cattle, goats, camels, wolves, foxes, and deer. This abundance of animals is partly due to Mongolia's expansive landscape, which consists largely of steppes, mountains, and deserts. The country's harsh climate, cold winters and short summers, makes living and farming challenging for people, but favorable for many animals. The traditional Mongolian nomadic lifestyle, where people move seasonally in search of food and water for their livestock, contributes to the low population density and creates an ideal environment for animal farming. Livestock farming is a cornerstone of Mongolia's economy, with animals such as horses, sheep, and goats being raised for their meat, milk, wool, and hides. Mongolia's pristine natural landscapes and rich nomadic culture also draw tourists, who can enjoy activities like horseback riding, archery, and participation in traditional festivals. However, the large number of animals also brings challenges, such as the risk of disease outbreaks that could affect both human and livestock health. The history of Mongolia is inextricably linked to the figure of Genghis Khan, widely regarded as the father of the nation. Genghis Khan, born Temujin in 1162, is one of the greatest conquerors in history, known for uniting the nomadic tribes of Northeast Asia and establishing the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous empire in history, second only to the British Empire in the 19th century. Genghis Khan's early life was marked by hardship, including the loss of his father and the fragmentation of his tribe. Despite these challenges, he emerged as a powerful leader, demonstrating exceptional military and strategic skills. He succeeded in unifying the often divided Mongol tribes, setting the stage for the rise of the Mongol Empire. Renowned for his innovative military strategies, Genghis Khan utilized skilled cavalry, intelligence gathering through scouts, and bold tactics such as concentrated attacks on weak points, encirclements, and piecemeal destruction. These strategies allowed his forces to overcome many powerful empires, rapidly expanding Mongol territory. Within just 25 years, Genghis Khan's domain stretched from the Pacific Ocean in the east to Europe in the west, encompassing Central Asia, West Asia, and parts of Eastern Europe. The Mongol Empire, at its peak, had an estimated population of about 100 million people, and it became the largest contiguous empire in history. Beyond his military prowess, Genghis Khan was also a visionary leader. He established a legal code, encouraged trade, and facilitated cultural exchanges across the empire. Genghis Khan's legacy continues to shape Mongolia and the world today. He is remembered not only as a brilliant conqueror, but as the unifier of the Mongol people and the founder of the Mongol Empire. A monumental statue of Genghis Khan, standing 40 meters tall, stands proudly near Ulaanbaatar, commemorating his enduring influence. In Mongolia's vast, expansive land alongside bustling cities and popular tourist destinations, the country's rich nomadic culture stands as a testament to its traditions and connection to nature. More than 1/4 of Mongolia's population still embrace a nomadic lifestyle, one that flows in harmony with the land and its seasons. Mongolian nomads follow a seasonal migration pattern, moving with their herds to find food and water for their livestock. The cornerstone of their way of life is the yurt, a portable, circular dwelling made from felt and leather. These structures are easily assembled and disassembled, enabling nomads to relocate as needed. Life within the yurt is communal and multifunctional, serving as a space for sleeping, cooking, and daily activities. Nomads' relationships with their environment and animals are deeply intertwined as they raise horses, sheep, goats, and cattle. Their livestock provide essential resources such as meat, milk, wool, and leather. Visitors to a Mongolian nomadic community are often greeted with warmth and hospitality. In traditional fashion, nomads will offer milk tea bread and other local dishes to their guests. One particularly distinctive drink is arag fermented horse milk, which has a tangy and slightly sour flavor that provides a true taste of Mongolian nomadic culture. Though many nomads have moved into more modernized settings in recent years, the nomadic lifestyle continues to hold a central place in Mongolia's national identity. The government has implemented policies to support and preserve this way of life, ensuring its survival in an increasingly urbanized world. The government also organizes nomadic festivals that attract visitors from around the globe, offering a chance to experience the beauty and culture of Mongolia's unique way of life. Mongolians don't celebrate Christmas at the start of the year. Instead, they mark the arrival of the new year with the Tsagaan festival. Tsagaan, which translates to White Month, is a celebration tied to the changing seasons. It signifies the end of winter and the coming of spring, making it a time for families to reunite. The name White Month may refer to both the white winter landscape and the traditional white foods prepared for the occasion. The color white is highly regarded in Mongolian culture as a symbol of purity and prosperity. During this festival, it's common for people to wear white clothing or exchange white-colored gifts. The New Year festivities are marked by elaborate rituals, particularly around drinking. On the first day of Tsagaan, visitors to other homes first bow before the Buddha shrine and then pay respects to the elders of the household. It is customary for younger members to perform these rituals, while the elders kneel in gratitude when receiving alcohol. Men kneel on both knees and offer their drink with a respectful gesture, while unmarried girls perform the same ritual. Married women, however, only kneel on one knee and offer the drink with their right hand. Brides are expected to sing as they present the drink, adding a special touch to the ceremony. A unique aspect of the celebration is the tea tradition. During the transition between the old and new year, Mongolians wash their teacups with horse milk. The first cup is poured outside in all four directions to honor the spirits, while the second cup is given to the head of the household, and the others are shared with the family. An unusual but beloved tradition involves the elderly dressing as goat herders, donning fur coats and hats and cracking whips in the air. This is believed to ward off evil spirits, ensuring the safety of the people and their livestock in the coming year. Additionally, young men and women celebrate the festival by selecting and riding their best horses, showcasing their skills and enjoying the freedom of the open land. What are your thoughts on these traditions? In Mongolia, traditional skills such as horse riding, archery, and eagle hunting have been passed down through generations and remain a vital part of the country's nomadic culture. The Mongolian way of life is intricately connected to the vast steppes, where people move with their livestock to find food and water. Horses, in particular, hold great significance, serving as transportation, a means of carrying goods, and a tool for herding animals. Mongolian horsemanship is renowned worldwide. Mongolians have a remarkable ability to ride and control their horses with ease, expertly navigating the rugged terrain of their homeland. Children begin riding horses at an early age, and mastering this skill is considered essential for everyday life in Mongolia. Archery is another deeply embedded tradition in Mongolia. For centuries, Mongolian warriors and herders have used bows and arrows to hunt and protect their livestock from predators and enemies. Mongolian archers are known for their exceptional accuracy, able to hit targets even while galloping on horseback. Eagle hunting, a practice that dates back to ancient times, is another hallmark of Mongolian culture. Eagles, revered as the kings of the sky, are trained by skilled hunters to capture prey. These birds are prized for their incredible vision and speed, making them powerful allies in the hunt. Despite the changes brought by modernization, these traditions remain a cherished part of Mongolia's heritage. Festivals and competitions are frequently organized to celebrate and showcase these skills, where people take great pride in demonstrating their expertise in horsemanship, archery, and eagle hunting. Mongolia, a vast country located in Central Asia, is often referred to as the land of blue skies due to its clear, dry climate and abundant sunshine. The country experiences up to 250 sunny days each year, but the high altitude and continental climate mean that visitors rarely experience warmth, even during the summer months. Summers in Mongolia are short-lived, usually lasting only a few weeks. During the summer, daytime temperatures typically range from 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, but nighttime temperatures can drop to near freezing, around 0 degrees Celsius. Winter in Mongolia, from November to April, is a formidable challenge for travelers. Daytime winter temperatures can range from minus 15 degrees Celsius to minus 20 degrees Celsius, with severe cold spells bringing temperatures as low as minus 35 degrees Celsius. The harsh winter conditions, accompanied by heavy snowfall, can make travel difficult. If you plan to visit Mongolia, it's essential to pack plenty of warm clothing, no matter the season. Even in summer, nights can be chilly, while winters demand thick, insulated attire to stay warm. Ulaanbaatar, the capital city situated near the Tule River, is the largest and coldest city in the country. Formerly known as Urga until it was renamed in 1924, Ulaanbaatar is the political, economic, and cultural heart of Mongolia, with notable landmarks such as Sukbatar Square, Gandan Monastery, the Winter Palace of Bogd Khan, and the National Museum of Mongolian History.